Welcome back here today on the beautiful campus of Florida Panhandle Technical College, here in another of our series of what's going on in the community. Recently, the Washington County Board of County Commissioners and the Washington County School District decided to join hands and make sure that you were familiar with the U.S. Census 2020 and that you participated. And when we come back, we're going to talk to Chairman of the Washington County Board of County Commissioners, Tray Hawkins, about the value of the U.S. Census, why you should be engaged in that process, and all the benefits that we can derive with you simply taking 5 minutes to fill out that census. We'll be right back. Welcome back. As mentioned, our guest today is Tray Hawkins, Chairman of the Washington County Board of County Commissioners. If you had to put that all on a name tag, man, you'd have a sandwich board around
It'd be a ribbon, because there's no job description in Washington County, and that's not just for the chairman of the board. That's for our HR staff, our administrator, our other Board of County Commissioners. We wear many hats, and we're proud to serve. You have an outstanding staff. You have outstanding fellow board members. You have a well-oiled machine. We come on the show. Matter of fact, Jeff Massey, County Administrator, is coming on in the next day or two, and this is something that we address every time. For probably the first time in my memory living here, but I've only been here 15 years in all fairness, we see that board of directors working together. There's long-term plans, there are short-term plans, there are emergency plans. Who knew you had to deal with Hurricane Michael, with COVID-19, with some of this other stuff? I always say, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And we're facing some elections coming up. We try to stay away from politics on this show, but we're hoping that you can maintain the status quo and keep that sitting board of directors. And that's as far as I'm going to go. I'm not even going to allow him to get himself into trouble. I'd like to talk about the census. U.S. Census 2020. Not only is there a $100 fine to you personally if you don't fill out the census, it just makes too much sense to be involved in that process. Let's talk a little bit about that. Absolutely, Paul. It's something that, as a citizen, I did not realize of the importance of it. I just didn't. I knew that every 10 years we had the ability to fill out the census, send it back in, and be counted as where you live at. But that's about as far as I took it, as a citizen. And over the last 4 years, we've dove into it a little deeper and figured out exactly how much of our budget is affected directly by the census. Our federal tax dollars. That's the way that we receive our share of the federal portions of the money that comes down for our highway infrastructures and even our gas taxes for the state level and so on and so forth. There's so many things that's attached to our census that's so important to Washington County. And then if you're on the school board side, your FTE dollars, they have so much skin in the game that's directly related to the census. So right now we're at 51% reported. That's of July the 1st.
That's Washington County?
Washington County. We're ranked number 44 in the state. That's not a number I want to see. I want to see Washington County leading the charge on everything. And that's not tongue-in-cheek. We try to put ourselves forefront on anything that we do in Washington County and make sure that we're the best of the best. And our citizens have got the ability to do that. I know it takes a few minutes. You go online and do it. And plus, it takes the burden of somebody coming to your house. So if you have the ability to get online, go to the U.S. Census website, take a few minutes out of your day, fill it out, upload it, and you're done.
And they always come right in the middle of dinner.
Then you will not have the guy knock on your door, the lady knock on your door, and asking you questions to come in your house. And especially now with the COVID-19 and other stuff, let's get online and knock it out, be 100%, and we won't have one person driving Washington County roads.
It takes 5 minutes. My wife did it, and I was surprised that it was so quick. One thing to point out is that never will any of the information that you fill out in the census be shared with anyone.
Anyone.
By constitutional law, that is private.
You're not going to have telemarketers. You're not going to have the extended car warranty guy calling you because you fill out the census. You can do it off your phone. If you don't have internet at your home, come to one of our libraries or just find where you got cell service and take a few minutes out of your day, do it right on your phone. We do find it very important. These are your dollars. These are dollars that you paid in your federal income tax, you paid in on your gas tax. These dollars are deserved to be back into the Washington County coffer so we can let you enjoy the luxuries of the items that you paid for. So we're not asking for anything other than what you paid in your taxes and what you deserve as constituents of Washington County. So let's take this time. Let's utilize our internet, get on there and knock it out, and let's utilize your tax dollars to benefit you and your kinfolks.
Excuse me for interrupting you. So many times people complain about not having a voice. This is truly a time where everybody has a voice. If you're a citizen of the United States, you have a voice. And heck, it may even be if you're not a citizen. I don't know how the rules are these days. I'm not going to go there. 2020census.gov, G-O-V, 2020census.gov. It's on the bottom of your screen right now. Literally 5 minutes to fill it out. Now, you can fill it out by U.S. mail, and you've received that in the mail. Most of you threw it into the circular file as soon as it came. I get that. You're getting it along with all the political stuff right now, so I get that as well. So you can, by mail, by email, by website, or again, if you wait a little bit longer here, when we get closer to August, they're going to be knocking on our door.
Yes. So again, we don't want to. We don't want you to have anyone coming to your house that's unwelcome. So we have no control of if they come to your house or not. This is not controlled by Washington County Board of County Commissioners. So, but I promise you that if you take the time, go online, fill it out, they won't come. And your family can enjoy all their family time. Family time is something that's very few and far between the minutes of my day. And so we're definitely going to take the ability, we already took the ability to go online and take care of the census, me and my family. And we urge you to do the same. Please just take the few minutes out of your day, go on and fill it out, and let us here in Washington County utilize the tax dollars that you paid in, that you deserve back, to better your life here in Washington County.
For the time I've been here, we've been always saying we've got a roughly 25,000 people in Washington County. Do you have any insight into where we are roughly according to the last census?
We're right at 26,000 people.
Okay.
And prisoners our prisons are counted a part of the population. So,
which is not a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing. It does cost money to operate and keep the roads up in and out of the system. But in order for us to be accurate on our count, we urge you to take time and take. Our goal is to be at least 90%. That's a hefty goal. We'd love to hit the 100%. But we do urge you to get out and take the time to fill out the census. And so, like I said again, this is the message that I really want to hit home with people, that it's your tax dollars that you paid in that you deserve back, and we're going to work to get them.
Probably, arguably, the single biggest complaint that I hear is roads. Why can't you pave my road? Why don't you grade my road more often? Why can't you service my graded road or my paved road? The monies that furnish some of those services come directly as a result of the results of the U.S. Census.
Absolutely, 80% of the money that does that comes from the census. So, don't get into. We're speaking of census now, but we got lofty goals in Washington County, utilizing some of our 428 FEMA dollars. And if our monies go up from our census, that only offset to alleviate the cost, where we do more roads. Washington County in the next 2 years' time will not look like the same county as far as our road infrastructure. I know that people in the past have probably put that out and said that they're going to do huge road projects, but it's here. We're putting the final touches on it, and I'm excited about it. But you utilizing your internet, your 5 minutes of your day, making sure that we get it counted, every constituent in Washington County, will only go to benefit the road projects that we have coming for you shortly. Just recently, we added another EMS substation in Wausau. Huge boon to the folks that live south of that point. EMS, fire, SROs in schools, all of those things are affected by the results of the census. So again, thanks for joining us today. Thanks for trying to hammer home the importance of that census effort. It's only every 10 years, and it's mandated by the Constitution. Yeah. This is not something that's being done on a whim. This is a constitutional law. Every 10 years it comes around. Thank you again. Thank you, Paul. Our guest today is Tray Hawkins, Chairman of the Washington County Board of County Commissioners, here talking about the United States Census 2020. You can go to 2020census.gov, G-O-V. It's on the bottom of your screen right now. In the notes to the show, you can click on the hyperlink. We're trying to make it as easy for you as possible. We're at what percentage right now? 51. 51 for Washington County. Tray's goal is 90. I say if we can get to 85, we'll do a bonus show for you and get Tray come on and address. Absolutely. If that doesn't get you going, nothing will. Nothing will. We'll be right back.